Hello, my name's Amanda. Today we're gonna be playing with fire. So last night on Game of Thrones, there was a few references to Wildfire, which got us really excited about Wildfire. So we came up with the concept of this. And so yeah, we're gonna go through 4 different cocktails, all varying in strengths and completely different liquors, as you can see here. We'll go by them one at a time, and of course they all happen to light on fire, which is exciting, and they're all green, so yeah. Cool, so we'll start with the hardest one first, which is the Margarita. Alright, so we will need some Margarita mix. Just any kind will do, as long as it is non-alcoholic and lime flavored. Obviously, tequila, anything as long as it is 40% alcohol or 80 proof and up, preferably because it's a little bit more flammable. Whatever kind you like is perfect. To rim your glass, you'll need some sort of syrupy thing. We have dark fructose syrup. You can also use, or dark corn syrup. You can use high fructose syrup. It's clear. This is just all I happen to have here at the house. Some green food coloring. For the rim of the Margarita, you'll need some salt. I got this pre-mixed salt, and you will be able to dye it. It comes in white. That is what the food coloring is for, and yeah, we'll do that later. 1 lime wedge for decoration and garnish. 1 inside out lemon peel, which will hold your flaming liquid. So make sure there's no holes at the bottom of it. Just rip out the insides and boom, you've got a little mini shot glass. 1 cocktail cup. 1 measurer. This handy dandy shot glass has ounces and liters in it, which is extremely helpful. 1 of these lighters, you can use a regular Bic lighter, but this works best for sure. And finally, shaken, not stirred. So we're gonna use this as a shaker. And finally, of course, the ice, which will go in there. We crushed it, but you can just use whatever's in your freezer. And yeah, let's get started. So the Margarita salt came in a white color. I poured some of it out. I dripped a few drops of the green food coloring, 4 exactly, for half of the package. And then mixed it up with a spoon, and here we have green salt. So then we're gonna pour some corn. This is the top lid of the what came with the Margarita glass. Oh, that's way too much already, but whatever. Alright, so to rim the glass, just be very careful because it's very sticky. This stuff is very sticky, so you can just rim it like this. Just give it a good rim job. And now once this is nice and coated, just dip it right into the salt. And again, coat it a little, play around with it, be careful not to spill it because it will. Boom. Nice. Oh, there it goes. Alright. Ta-da! It's rimmed. Okay, so after you have your rimmed with salt, just set it aside. You don't want to put the ice in just yet because you don't want it to melt and have a watery drink. So let's make the actual Margarita. Don't mind my really broken measuring cup. I don't know how it holds liquid still. It does though, so I'm not complaining. You'll need 6 ounces of this wonderful Margarita mix. So let's go ahead and pour that out here. Be very careful not to spill. So the ounces are right, ta-da, 6 ounces. Then we're gonna put that. There is ice in my shaker to keep it cold. That's 6 ounces of Margarita mix. Then you're gonna get your tequila and your measuring shot cup, and we're gonna do 2 shots in here because we like to get turned up. That's 2 ounces. So, well, okay, technically a full shot is 1.5 ounces. We're gonna do 2 ounces of tequila. There's 1, and there, ooh, there's another. Again, just be very careful. know why I put that shot over here. Okay. Cover it. Make sure it's closed. And shake it like a shake weight commercial. Okay, that's enough. Now, before we pour it, I almost forgot the ice. All right, here I have pre-crushed ice. So I'm just gonna pour it in here because that's how I prefer it. Oh, it's so dangerous. So you want to fill it about 3/4 of the way up the glass, just because. All right, perfect. That seems like just the right amount for me. Okay, then pour. And if your shaker has one of those things, then you should be fine because it'll hold the ice in. Dun, 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 dun. Pour it almost all the way to the top. Beautiful. A little more. There we go. Now, for the fire part, we've got here our lemon shot. So we're gonna go ahead and put the lemon wedge in the cup. Oh, it's not a wedge, it's like a cup, the cup thing. For this, you can use tequila. It will take a little bit longer to light. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cheat and use the 151 proof alcohol, which is super easy to light on fire. So we're gonna go ahead and pour that just a little bit into that shot glass. Don't put it quite in your drink, as it'll be right on top. And then we're gonna light it on fire. So, okay, I can't. Okay. Take your lighter. This is the fun part. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Forgot the garnish. Boop. Beautiful. No, it's not. Whatever. All right, then.
There you go. You push up on the top one with your thumb and then pull the trigger.
It's not working.
Let me show you. You've never used one of these? You push up here.
Yeah.
And then
How did you do it so easily? All right.
push in with your thumb and then pull the trigger while you're pushing it with your thumb.
Damn it!
They can't see your face.
Okay. Oh my god. Hold it for a few seconds and it should light. And you've got a flaming margarita. All right, the next drink we're making, I like to call the Pyromancer because it's really intense. So it's an absinthe drink, and we're just going to show you how to light it on fire. Just going to need need a few things for this one. It's really easy. You'll need 1 whiskey glass, about this yay big. Some absinthe, of course. An absinthe spoon. It's just pretty much a spoon that's got some grating inside. This is very important because you will need to pour the absinthe through this. You'll see what I'm saying, but yes, very important. You'll need sugar cubes, specifically 1. 1 will be enough, but I have 2 here just in case I mess it up once. And of course, your handy dandy lighter. Let's do it. So take your glass, position the spoon right above it, just like this, and take one of your sugar cubes, place it right over the grating to where the see-through parts, or I don't even know what to call that. Just, yeah, so it pours right over. Take your absinthe and very carefully, because it will splash, pour it right over your sugar cube and into the cup. And serve as much as you want. Really, there's no limit here. Absinthe, if it's your thing, it's your thing, man. Make sure to saturate the sugar cube in the absinthe. Very important. Then, we light it on fire. The sugar cube, that is. And then just drop it in. And voila, flaming absinthe. All right, our next drink, we're just gonna straight up call it Wildfire because it is a shot. So again, drink with caution. We'll just need a few things for this one, pretty simple as well. You'll need 1 double shot glass, at least capable of holding 2 ounces. I like this one because it's green. 1 bottle of chartreuse. Now this is a little bit more expensive, but the color green occurs naturally, so that's kind of cool. And it's pretty strong. 1 bottle of rum, any will do. Anything that is 40 proof is just fine. So pick your favorite kind. We prefer shaken, not stirred in this house, so another shaker. No ice this time. And of course, your trusty lighter. All right, you'll need 1 ounce of your rum. Pour it into your handy dandy measure. And then pour it directly into the shaker. And also pour 1 ounce of the chartreuse in here. Chartreuse is such a fun word to say. All right, close her on up. That's it. No ice or anything, remember. And just shake it up a little. After you shake it, have your handy dandy 2-shot glass and just pour the liquor straight, or the shot straight in. And just light her up. Voila, a flaming wildfire. Alright, and finally, this is my favorite one. I went ahead and called it the Alchemist because that's one of my favorite Lovecraft stories. And I also sort of, I don't know, this one was kind of an accident. This one was just messing around in the kitchen and it ended up tasting super delicious. So we'll just need a few things for this one. We're bringing back the Margarita mix for this one, but you'll just need a tiny little splash. 1 bottle of Midori liquor, which is melon liquor. It's very tasty, but it is very potent. The tequila, sorry this wasn't in the wide shot, I totally forgot about it, but very important part of this recipe. Finally, as far as liquors go, you'll need the 151 proof alcohol. Any will do as long as it is 151 proof and very flammable. A nice sexy martini glass, and of course our handy dandy lighter. Okay, so this is where we get to play mad scientist. We'll start with the margarita mix. Just pour a little bit in, just enough to kind of just use your judgment. Literally this much, whatever that is, to cover the cone on the inside. Next, a splash of tequila. Again, use your judgment here. Just put another layer on top of the margarita mix. Another splash. Take your Midori, and we're going to almost top it off with the Midori. Again, any melon liquor should work, but this is the one I chose. Alright, it's almost to the top, but I left a little room for our final ingredient. Again, density is a really big thing in this drink, so pouring it in that order will absolutely help the fire part of this thing. For this last part, you can use a spoon to pour the 151 right on top, because that is the part that's going to catch fire. Let's see. And just drizzle it right on the top. Density should help it stay at the top and remain there to be caught on fire. Let's take a look. Okay. Ta-da! Flaming the Alchemist. Alright, so we did it. We made 4 flaming drinks, totally different. The Flaming Margarita, the Absinthe, or otherwise known as the Pyromancer, the Wildfire drink, shot I should say, and my favorite, the Alchemist. Now please keep in mind, be very careful when using or making these drinks, because everything is flammable. You are messing with alcohol. So do prepare everything far away from anything that might catch fire. Keep a fire extinguisher handy should things go wrong. And of course, drink with caution. None of these drinks are totally weak. They're actually quite strong. So please be careful. Other than that, be safe, use common sense, and we'll see you next time. Bye.